time, I didn't want to sleep on a bench either with my luggage and stuff like that, right?
True, yeah.
They picked me up, they took me to their house, they cooked me dinner, they let me stay at their place for 20 days. They didn't ask me for rent, they didn't ask me for anything. I never saw myself working in trades ever. When I was in school, I always wanted to wear a suit and a tie, go into the work.
Take a briefcase and
9
then
to
go
5,
into the, yeah.
you know?
Hey, you're watching Vibes and Visas with me, Charlie Karomi, and the one, the only Karan. What up, bro? Yo, as we were talking, as I was changing the battery on this, plumbing situations, I want to ask you, what's the most intense plumbing emergency you've ever been called to?
The most intense would have been...
like you got there and you're like, whoa!
I would say sewer backups, because those are always nasty.
Sewer backups?
Yeah, like the backing up.
Oh,
in apartment toilets backing up.
Ooh.
That's kind of gross job, but hey, it needs to be done.
It needs to be done. You gotta get in there.
You gotta get in there.
So, funny thing, here in the house that we live, so our sink where the water goes had clogged. So like one time we woke up and the sink still had water in it. I was like, but I didn't leave the tap running or anything. Yeah. So I was like, okay. So I tried with a plunger, it wasn't doing anything. And then I was like, we might have to call a plumber. As I'm thinking about how we have to call a plumber, our neighbors upstairs start showering and it starts filling up our sink.
Yeah.
Like water starts rising in our kitchen sink. And I had to run out and go like, excuse, hey! Because the shower is like on this side of the house. Hey, stop showering, switch it off. But they were really nice. They did it. So they stopped showering. And that time I had to run to the office, but my wife was home, so we called in a plumber. It's so... like when you live in a place that like this and you realize the importance of trades. Like trades aren't an optional career. Like there have to be people practicing trades. The same way a society can't function without doctors or nurses. Trades, you can't function without plumbers or electricians or mechanics. So this is a nice segue into you getting into trades. When we left off, you were working at A&W, and then you called in Dwight for a plumbing emergency at your house. He came through and told you about trades and introduced you to the world of trades. What did you do then?
So basically, after he mentioned about me potentially getting a job, in trades, I applied, I sent in my resume to the company, and then the owner called me after a couple of days and they said, hey, and then they called me in for an interview, and then I gave my interview, and on the same day I got the job. So
same day service.
Yeah. Nice. So I was lucky enough, I was fortunate enough, and I got the job. And then on Monday.
What job specifically? Because you were at A&W as a manager.
Right.
Yeah.
So, same as all the other jobs, the first 3 months is a probationary period. So I was hired as a plumbing apprentice. So in plumbing, you have to do 4-year apprenticeship under a journeyman, a Red Seal plumber, and then get all the training and stuff. And then after 4 years, you have to give an exam. You have to go to school for each level for 4 years, and then you write your big exam, and then you become then you get your ticket as a plumber.
It's not like an easy thing that you just wake up and you go like, I want to be a plumber. It doesn't work like that.
There's a little bit of academics available that you gotta go through there. Yeah.
Nice, but that shows you how much there is, like, because it's a job that requires, as I said earlier, it needs skill and intense training.
And patience.
And patience as well.
It needs patience.
What do you mean patience? Has it been difficult?
It has not been difficult, but certain jobs, as I just mentioned earlier, like when you walk into the sewer backup jobs and all the toilets are backing up, and now it's you
everywhere.
And now it's you as a service plumber. You have to deal with it. You cannot just walk away from it.
That's the thing, because when you see that in your house, you go like, oh, call someone. Someone needs to come. But now you're the person there.
I'm the person there, right? So, and it has to be done, and I do not mind my hands getting dirty. So I just walk right into it. I just do what needs to be done, and
Do you get used to it after a while?
You do.
You do.
It's
like someone calls you, oh, my toilet. You see it, it's like, it's poop, calm down.
Yeah, I just deal with it, go have sandwich later, Does not gross me out.
In a smoothie, you're like, like easy. No problem. Okay, so wait, when did you go into trades?
2021, fall of 2021.
Okay. Nice. So that's when you was that was pandemic time. So
yeah.
Even you making a career change in pandemic time, that was must have been a big decision.
Yeah, it was a big decision, and as I said, it was scary. You never know, right? I'm walking into industry that I know nothing about, right? So it was a bit scary. I was nervous for sure, but I had faith. That I'm gonna be just fine. What the worst thing could happen is I could get fired or I'd find a different job. There are tons of jobs available, right? But
there was
it's a pandemic, right? You never know in pandemic what happens, right? So, but I was very lucky enough. I was fortunate enough to get this career change that I absolutely love.
Nice.
And now I don't even think that I want to be a guy who works in an office 9 to 5, be in a suit and tie, drives a Mercedes that's owned by somebody else. I do not want to be that guy anymore.
Come on. Yo, when you told your parents, your friends, your brother about the change that you were doing, were people shocked, or are they like, okay?
There were some mixed feedbacks on that, because back home there's a different concept of a plumber. Right? It's a different concept that because the plumbing systems are a little bit different than here, right? And here in North America, it's a very respected trade. But back home, like growing up, I've seen a person who's dealing with poop. I don't want to be that guy, Growing up, I don't want to be the guy, but now I am the guy.
It's like...
No, I'm the one, but you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of funny how things work out, right? So.
Yeah, it's different, because that's what I was saying. It needs, like, moving to a new place like North America, and I'm pretty sure Europe as well, like developed countries, like trades, it changes your perception of things.
It does.
Like a job you looked at before and went like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
Here, you hear about the lucrativeness of it. Because that's one thing, you can go to uni and do like a business course, which is nice, and maybe you're one of the fortunate ones to get a job that's in line with what you studied. But a lot of people who get those business degrees end up having to settle for another job because there's not enough work. People who always have work, trades.
That's correct.
I do not know a single out of work plumber.
That's correct.
Or mechanic.
And I have yet to find a person who's gonna sit there and tell me that trade is not gonna be in existence in the next 50 years, because you can do everything automated stuff, but you're still gonna need somebody to come and fix your plumbing, or somebody to come and fix your lights and stuff
someone
like that, right?
trained and certified.
Because
that's another thing here. Regulations. You can't just have someone knocking around things in your house and doing things heavy. You have to have someone certified. You call them red seal.
Red seal. That's the ticket that comes, and there's a red seal stamp in the back of it.
Nice. Looks like a title deed.
That's the Holy Grail.
Okay, that's what you're working towards.
That's what I'm working towards, yes.
What a journey, Karan. We're almost at the tail end of this interview. Like Imenibamba, I feel like we shouldn't even stop, but at one point I have to let you go back to work. It's a Friday, so you need to go have a good time. What's your plan for the weekend? What do you like turn up?
I'm probably gonna go play some golf this weekend.
What?
With my buddies, yeah.
Oh, you play golf?
I love golf. I think that's the first sport I really like.
I would not... Like, you keep shocking me at every turn. Golf. Wait, should I try golf? Is this one of those things like when you come to a new country, Because back home I was like, golf. But should I try golf?
Yeah, I mean, you should. I think that's how I thought about golf too. I was like, dude, why would I be the guy who hits the ball and then spends 15 minutes looking for it?
Yeah.
Like in a bush somewhere, right? Why? I don't want to be. That's the most boring sport ever.
But now you're that guy.
I'm the guy who can't go a weekend or a week without playing golf, because it's an amazing sport. It's a gentleman's sport, and everybody should at least try it once. And I'm telling you, it's very addictive.
Okay, you know what? I might try it.
You should.
I might try it. Karan, let me ask you a few last questions. The future, what's it looking like for Karan? Are you so you're working towards your red seal, right? Are you planning to maybe eventually start your own company or buy the company that you work for? I've heard some people, you work at the company so long you buy it from the guy when he retires. Do you have any plan like next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, moving back home, staying here, moving to another country? Do you plan that far out?
Right. So with that question, I would say that right now I'm working towards getting my red seal. That's what I'm really focused on. I do not think about starting my own business, because my focus as of right now is getting the ticket, being a certified person, and get as much experience that I can for next at least 5 to 7, 8, 9, 10 years. And then at that point in future, I'll decide if I want to be a owner of a company or not. But I mean, if things go well, you never know, right? Like you might see a new company in the town. You never know.
Hey, come on, Karan.
You never know.
Karan, the golfer plumbing services. I look forward to that. I like that. That's the one. That's the one. Okay, so at the end of the interview, we need to go back to that first question that we started with, right? Why did you come here? And you told me to study and also for adventure. Do you feel like you've achieved those, or is it still in progress?
I think in a study-wise, yes, I think I have found a career that if I go to school for, I know I have a job guaranteed. And for adventure, yes, I've seen this part of the world, Vancouver Island, but there are still a couple more places I want to, try it out.
Have you traveled within Canada? Have you gone to all the other provinces and territories?
Not yet.
Come on. But you've been to Saskatchewan, no?
Once. Yeah.
Which one is the next one? Alberta?
Rome.
Hey, that's not a province in Canada.
I know, but I just want to go there.
Oh, you just want to go to Rome? Okay.
I want to go to Rome. That's my one spot.
Yeah.
That if I ever have my dream vacation, it would be Rome.
Rome, Italia. Rome is in Italy, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. If it's not, I'll just cut that bit out of the interview.
Yeah.
I'm just
do it. We don't want to sound like
like a bunch of idiots. So, okay, yeah. And Karan, that's it. I think that's the end of the interview. I've asked you all the questions. We could be here for a lot longer, but you need to go play golf. Let me just make sure. Have I asked you every question? What's one thing you miss terribly from home?
One thing I miss terribly from home, I would say mom.
Oh.
Mom.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
You miss your mom, man.
Yeah.
I miss my mom as well.
Yeah.
Shout out Mama Karomi. Shout out to you. And shout out Mama Karan. Your son misses you, but he'll be back home this year? This year?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Karan, thank you so much for being on Vibes and Visas, for talking to us about your amazing journey all the way from India to Vancouver Island, and the kindness that you experienced from Canadians, and the industry that you got into that's really going to take you places, something that you never thought about before, but here you are on the fast lane, on the fast track toward that red seal, my guy. I'm seeing it. In the next, you have like 2.5 years?
I think 3 more years. Yeah.
3 more years, and you'll be there. Thank you for telling us about that amazing story and changing our mindset, because back home I was like, plumbing, what? But now I'm, and also I was like, golf, what?
Yeah.
But now I'm like,
yeah,
golf and plumbing doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound so bad. Thank you so much for sharing that story with us.
Thank you.
Asante sana. Oh, yeah. In Kenya we say asante. That's how we say thank you.
Asante.
Yeah. How do you say thank you in Gujarati?
Gujarati or Hindi?
The one that sounds more exciting. Pick one.
I would say Hindi. It's like shukriya. That means thank you.
Oh, it sounds very close to. There's another Swahili word for thank you. It's shukran.
Oh, there you go. Shukran. I think shukran is like Urdu. Is it in Urdu?
No, it's Swahili, but it's Swahili from Arabic and
Arabic. That's what it is. Yeah.
So
shukran. Shukriya.
Shukriya.
Yeah.
That's Hindi.
Hindi.
Aye. So thank you. Shukriya.
Shukriya.
Shukriya. Shukriya for being on the show. Shukriya for watching. And this is going to be a challenging one. To end every episode, I usually do like an outro, and then there's a Swahili proverb, right? That goes, kutembea kwingi ni kuona mengi. It means walking a lot is seeing a lot, directly translated.
Right.
So I'll say the first bit of it, kutembea kwingi, but then you have to say ni kuona mengi. Let me write it down for you. Ni kuona. Let me even write it down.
Ni kuona mengi.
Yes. Kuona mengi. Okay. Shall we try it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, I'll use Hindi. Shukriya. Shukriya so much for watching this episode of Vibes and Visas with me, Charlie Karomi, and the one, the only Karan. I tell you, asante sana for watching. See you next time. And as usual, remember, kutembea kwingi
ni kuona mengi.
That's the one!
Hey, yo, I got it.
And now my love for you is so strong.